Okay, again, I apologize for breaking up in the signal, and also for forgetting to start the call order at 7:17 in the Edge of Legion. I'm asking for the and I tried to ask Lion Bud to do it. I don't know if he heard me over this. He looks now, so I think now he hears.
Still breaking up.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands.
We cannot hear. It's all choppy.
Yeah, chop, chop, chop.
Chop, chop, chop.
Well, why don't we just
Fix this first.
why don't we just skip?
We cannot hear. It's all choppy.
Yeah. Well, you tried, but I think we should just forgo the pledge being recorded because
Yes. Okay. So yeah.
it's not.
No, it's
even
better.
I
good.
agree. And
What?
okay, no, I agree, Lion Helen. In light of the current technical issues, we're going to forego all of the formalities and move straight into introductions.
Yeah.
So I will start with myself. Hi, I'm Lion Secretary August, and I'm your current secretary and first vice president, and I'm going to be your president next year.
The next few days.
Next. So someone else, anyone, feel free to call in whatever
Helen,
order.
Yeah, I'm Helen Marte.
Lion Helen,
Hi.
did you break up, or are you thinking of what
Yeah.
to say?
Who was talking? Who was breaking up? I don't think.
Right here. This one of yours. Disconnected. I am here now. You see this one?
Next.
Am I there? Yes. Who's next?
Make sure you're not muted when you try to introduce yourself, or he won't hear you.
There you go. Yeah, okay?
Thank you.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Next is I'm here if nobody's introducing.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm Lion Dr. June, past president.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Lion Dr. June.
Well, you
Yes,
know,
yeah.
No,
yeah,
isn't June?
Wait.
Didn't June win the
wait, say
what's that?
something.
Director? No. Oh, okay.
Introduce yourself. Others
Oh,
people.
Lion Helen,
Hey, here.
past president.
Hello.
We got you. Hello, Lion Helen. Current president.
Current president.
Oh, okay. Currently president.
How about Luis and Tessa?
Hi, Lion Luisa Tessa. Luisa Batera.
Yeah.
Service chair.
Hi, I'm Leo Lion Pesalu, member.
My daughter.
Tessa is no longer Leo.
They say
Well,
Leo
he's a
Lion.
Leo
Tessa is
lion.
a member.
She is a Leo lion.
Oh. I see. Okay, but then she doesn't need to mention Leo any longer, right? Because she's now a regular lion member.
No, that
What?
that is a special kind of lion. They are recognized being a Leo lion, being a Leo. So that is a
really?
special.
Oh.
Yes, that's a special type of membership.
Oh, well, because August didn't do that.
Yes, August is also a Leo lion.
And Paul?
Yes.
Paul was also Leo lion. Oh, okay. I
Yes,
didn't
ma'am.
realize that is a category. I thought from being Leo to a lion, you are now a lion. Oh, it's okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad Tesalu is active.
Yeah, it's only a special distinction. It's just a lion like any other.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next, how about you, Lion Cora Pico? Can we get an introduction?
What you want me to?
I don't know. Welcome to the club.
Okay.
You're a new member. Just
Thank
say a
you.
few words about yourself. Or
Well,
your
I'm Kurapeko. Kurapiko Lion. Lion Kurapiko. I'm sorry.
and you're coming from host, right? Did you have any past positions at host?
Well, I'm only director, but you know, the
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you here.
and
Welcome.
Welcome to Lion Cora.
Yeah.
We are happy that that you are now our member.
Yes, I'm happy. I want to be
Good.
a volunteer. Volunteer only.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so speaking of new members, how about or maybe new members that were already old lions from a long time? How
Yeah.
about Lion Liz? Lion Liz, can you introduce yourself? Maybe she's in that other meeting that she was talking about. How about other Lion Cora Kabansagan? Welcome.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Lion Cora Kabansagan, new transfer to San Francisco Fil-Am, and I've been involved with the health fair for a while since 2011,
Wow.
and yeah, with the Lion Health and the rest of the group and the food distribution also. And it's a great, I'm so pleased to be part of your club.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And we're so pleased to have you, especially hardworking lions as yourself. We're sure that you'll continue to serve and offer or sort of show us some new ways to serve and how we can improve. So
Thank
thanks
you.
again.
Thank you.
Is Lion Liz there now? Okay. Then how about who
I haven't
else? It's
went
hard
yet.
to tell because yeah. Okay. Is that Paul? Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Leo Lion
Yeah.
Paul. Currently Leo advisor, and I think I'm going into Leo advisor again. Because yeah, and I want to. Well, I'll save that for things to report later on. I have something to say about that, but yeah.
Right.
Nice to hear you, Paul.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Who's missing from here that I can see their face? Rufo, you didn't introduce yourself yet. Or well, you're muted. So start from the beginning after unmuting yourself. Lion Rufo, we can't hear you. You have to press the unmute button. Okay.
Still can't hear you, Lion Rufo.
Why is that?
Does
No.
does the thing he's using have a microphone?
I could have sworn I heard him earlier. No, okay. Now it says you're muted.
Yeah,
If you
he's
press it,
muted
it
now.
said you were. It says you were unmuted, but we couldn't hear you. Oh, hey, Lion Vem. Is that Lion Vem? Hey, we can't
Yeah,
hear either of you, but we can see your faces.
We still can't hear you guys.
So
Lion
I'm going.
Rufo!
Oh,
Are you in Zoom? Are you
Yes.
doing Zoom? Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not doing Zoom. Just my phone.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, okay. Well, no.
Well, he's not mute because you can.
Yeah, you're not muted right now, but we still can't hear you, Lion Rufo.
Yeah.
We cannot hear you, Lion Rufo.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
How about now?
Maybe.
How about
Oh,
now?
wait. Wait. Now we can hear you.
Can you
I don't
hear
know what you
us?
did. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Hey,
There
Lion
you go.
Bam.
There it is.
Okay. Hello. Thank you for hopefully we can see each other face to face now. Soon. I think San Mateo already declared that we can do a meeting now. So hopefully next meeting we can see each other. Good to see you, everyone.
Yeah, we'll see. I know that someone has also recommended that we switch to Zoom, so we'll discuss that later. If we are going to continue having to do virtual meetings, the only problem is that it's paid, but we'll discuss that later. Okay, so Rufo, Paul, Lion Cora Kamansagan, Lion Cora Pico, Leo Lion Teslu, Service Chair Luisa, Lion Dr. June, Lion Helen, Lion August. Anyone that was not on that list? Oh, Lion Lorna. You didn't introduce yourself. And Bud, if he's there. You're muted.
Hi, Lion Lorna here, current treasurer. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, and Bud's around too, right?
And Uncle Lion Ronnie.
Yeah, I think Lion Ronnie is. I heard his voice a while
Oh, that's
ago.
right. Lion Ronnie, you around?
Yeah, he was on for a bit. I don't know what
Yes.
happened.
Oh, no.
Yes,
I
Lion
just heard him.
Ronnie. Yes,
Go
Lion
ahead,
Ronnie.
introduce yourself.
Did you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we
now
hear you.
we can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. First, my name is Aimer. I want to greet you, everybody. Good evening. Kamusta kayong lahat? My name is Lion. I forget my name.
No.
Rani Dory.
Was that it, Lion
Are
Ronnie?
you still there?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm using my headphone. That's why I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
No, we can hear you just fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I guess that was it. And
Let's
Lion
proceed.
Ronnie is our past president, or one of our past presidents. Okay, so we will proceed. It is 7:37, and we have just finished the introductions. Yeah, we'll try to make the rest of this fast then. We don't have too much to discuss, but everything that we do discuss is very important. So if there's no one else on the line who has not introduced themselves and is not on my list, then I will move on. Okay. So next we have the secretary's report. That is me, your secretary, Lion August. And I will be reading the minutes of last month's meeting, May 20th, 2020. Meeting was called to order at 7:23. In attendance was President Helen, Treasurer Lorna, Secretary August, Leo Lion Teslu, Service Chair Luisa, Club Administrator Dr. June, and Past President Ronnie. Secretary's report, the minutes were approved. Motion made by Lion Lorna, seconded by Lion Helen. Motion carried. Our ending balance for April, this was reported in May, was $579.10 in our just general checking account. A report by the president, Lion Helen Marte. We tabled the discussion on postponing our installation to closer to the event. We'd say we discuss it at around August. Elections Committee reported that out of 34 members, we received 20 of our ballots back, and we were the new list of club officers was presented by nomination chair June Valera. Let's see what else. New business. There was a club officer training on May 21st held by the district. There was also a cabinet meeting on May 23rd. And then, oh, I'm sorry. On May 21st, it was a webinar actually by Lions Clubs International on club officers. The club officer training for the district was actually on June 6th and 7th. And it was also reported that we were going to apply for 2 club awards. That is the Club Excellence Award and the 100% Secretary Award. And discussion about moving our meeting time and location resulted in us deciding to keep the meeting as scheduled, and which is the first Wednesday of every month. You'll notice that this meeting was not on the first Wednesday. It was postponed, but starting next meeting, it will resume at the first Wednesday of the month. And that is it for the minutes. Any questions on what happened last meeting? If not, I would like to hear a motion to accept the minutes as read.
I move that the minutes will be accepted as read.
Okay, there's a motion made by Lion Rufo, seconded by seconded by Bud. Any discussion? If not, we'll move into a vote. All in favor of accepting the minutes as read?
Aye.
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 Any against?
Aye.
I keep hearing ayes, but I assume that's for the first one, so the motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have the Treasurer's Report by Lion Lorna. Lion Bud, can you call Lorna over? And I will mute myself. Lion Lorna, you're muted.
Hi. Sorry, everybody.
Yep, we can hear you now.
Okay, so I attended the last treasure training, and just a couple things. We did recently close our joint Lions in Sight account, but we're supposed to have 2 accounts. We're supposed to have one for administration and another one for projects. So I think we're going to table that discussion outside of this meeting to figure out what the needs of the club are, and how best to follow protocol. Our balance, according to, Lion August, is the same, except for he did receive some new memberships for $90. So whatever our balance was last meeting plus $90 is our current balance, right, August?
Sorry. Actually the last meeting, I realized that the deposit that I made wasn't cleared by last meeting, so it's actually $1,119.10 now.
Does that include the 90?
No. So I deposited, and I can't do quick math right now, but I deposited
$1,000.
$1,119.10, and then that is including the dues that I received on May 21st, and then I received further dues sometime this June. I don't remember the exact date. Another set of dues for $90. So whatever our actual club balance will be, $1,209.10 after that clears. But I haven't deposited that yet, so
Thank you.
have that reflected. And then you want to talk about Mission Bank, or just give them an update on what?
During our training, there are a few banks that offer free accounts to Lions clubs in particular. Um, so if we were interested, we have that option in case we should want to open a second account, and that would only be for when we're doing separate projects. Um, right now, we're only allowed to do banking Monday through Friday at our current bank, Mission Bank, which is tough. And they also are very stringent about like online access. So those are some considerations, and I'm hoping that we can find a way to make it easier to do our banking, because I still don't even receive bank statements. And it's taken a while for us to even get paperwork done so that we can get online access with Mission Bank. So I'm trying very hard. I'm the last one that has to submit my application right now so that we can get access online with Mission Bank. So that's my report for now. Yeah. Hello.
And then one more thing, maybe we should, or I know we definitely have to discuss this, but dues.
Oh yeah. So at some point, we do need to get together and send notices to our members who are gonna renew, who need to renew. And then also, I forgot, we do need to have a budget meeting to kind of plan for this year, this upcoming year. So I think we need to kind of discuss sort of like a calendar so we can plan how we want to spend funds. Um, right? I can't think of anything more, but we should really do that before the start of this fiscal year. Lion
Yeah.
August. So when does the official start of the new calendar year begin? Is it July 1st?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we need to do this before July. Try to have something ironed out before July 1st so that we have a game plan, even though we have COVID.
Okay, so maybe I'll just do a refresher on dues for the record, and for anyone who's unaware, or for any new Lions. Well, maybe not our new transfers probably know this already, but so our club bills annually on July 1st. So that means that anyone, with the exception of, I believe, Cora Cabansagan, Cora Pico, Cora Pico, Liz Yulo, Romy Molina, those four that just recently, joined our membership and paid for next year, owe dues for next year. So because the check that you previously sent was for this year, 2019 to 2020. So we will need your dues for 2020 to 2021, and we will be invoiced by Lions Clubs International on, I believe, 1 month after the term starts. So that's around August 1st or so. And our club charges $90 per member. This is taking into account $43 that goes into from that amount that goes towards Lions Clubs International, another 16 or so that goes to our district, and another. Well, anyway, there's the fees from the upper levels of our organization mean that we earn roughly $10 per member after all of the fees are taken away, or all of the budget is given to our district, our multiple district in Lions Clubs International. So it's $90 per member, and $70 per discounted member. $70. People who pay $70 are members of a family unit. So if like say the wife is a regular member, then a husband living in the same household will only pay 70. Also included are former Leos up until the age of 35. They only pay 70. And I'm trying to think of what other category would be $70 only. Well, anyway, that's the main ones. Family unit members only pay 70 after the first member pays 90. So Please mail your checks or in some other way give payment to our treasurer, who is remaining the same, Lion Lorna, at her address, which is something Mendel Street that I forgot. Lion Bud or Lorna, can you yell out your address right now for where to mail the checks to?
I'll set in the okay.
No, just tell them.
Or
It's 885 Mendel Street. That's Mendell Street, San Francisco 94124.
Can we do Venmo?
Yeah,
Can we
you can do Venmo.
Or PayPal will be fine.
Venmo.
And I assume you can send that out in an email
Yeah,
to the membership.
I guess they can send. I don't really have a Venmo, but I guess we can do PayPal. And is it your Godzilla bud?
We can also do Banco de Oro and PNB.
Please.
How about Hey Maya?
What?
No.
Just give them the PayPal account.
Yes, just our email out. Okay.
Tell them.
I'll give you a remittance code.
So yeah, just either Lorna _Feria at Yahoo or Budzilla885 at Yahoo.
Yeah.
More better Lorna _Feria at Yahoo.
Will you send an email so we can just click on the link?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Thank you, everybody.
Lion August, I have another question. Someone was asking me about discount for military people. Is that true?
I believe that, and I can check after, but I believe that the discount is for initial membership. So they would be waived either the first year's dues or the entrance fee. I'm not entirely sure. I can look into that to you and bring it back. But I know that it's not a regular thing. It's not a permanent discount, unfortunately.
Not the yearly thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, please let me know because someone was asking.
I can answer.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For veterans, they have a program a few years ago that on the initial payment they give 50% discount on the initial membership, and succeeding is they have to pay in full. That is for veterans, and they have to submit the veterans form or discharge anything that is document that they are veterans, like a veterans card or the honorary discharge or something like that.
I see. Okay. So just initial then.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. June. And then, so just sort of continuing on the subject of dues.
May I? We have to accept. May I move forward? Motion.
That's right. Okay. We need to make a motion to accept the treasurer's report, and by that I think he means the bank balance as it was made. So do we have a motion to? Do I hear a motion to accept the treasurer's report as made by Dr. June? Second. I'll second it. Seconded by myself. All in favor of approving or accepting the bank balance as reported by Lion Lorna, please say aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
All right. Motion carries. Thank you, Lion Dr. June.
So discussion. So just to remind you, the LCI accepts the payment of cell. So if some people will pay cell, and if we have club's cell account, then we can easily pay our club dues or bills electronically. So we have to think about that. Cell, I don't know about cell.
That's interesting to hear. I know I use Zelle actually. Bank of America uses Zelle for their transfer, but I believe that would only be. I don't think that it would be recommended that members pay for their dues directly with International. They should go through the club so we know who's paid and who hasn't paid. But yeah, that is another option. We'll look into that. So one more thing, or I guess to expand on dues, please pay them because, again, our club is invoiced in August. And actually, okay, beyond that, think of right now whether you would like to continue being a member of the club. And if you aren't, or if your finances are tight right now, or if you're still a bit uncertain, please let the treasurer know, and we can drop you so we don't get charged, because our membership count on July 1 is what determines what the club is charged. But beyond that, especially given COVID-19 and all of that, like, we know that times are hard, and if you need to take a break, or if you just don't have the funds for that, it's fine if you leave the club, because you can rejoin at any time. Just start over, and your record, at least if I'm reading the Lions Club's international policy right, is as long as you are dropped not due to non-payment or other reasons, but you're dropped in good standing, you are free to join our club, or any Lions Club for that matter, and keep your full record of service. So all of your past positions, your years of service, your Melvin Jones, all of this remains with you. And so, yeah, just keep that in mind. Also, Lions Clubs International does have a stay right now on. So if we don't have the money needed to pay our dues by August, I know that they aren't penalizing until end of the year. So that does give us some time to collect, especially if there are members that we haven't heard from for a while, mostly because they haven't been able to figure out this video conferencing. We'll reach out to them, but we don't. It doesn't mean that at the end of the year we don't have to pay that. Even if the members are dropped in, say, August or September, we still have to pay their dues for the entire year. So that's a bit of a liability on our club. So just think of that, and reach out to your fellow Lions and make sure to ask them if you're going to pay. That's it for me. Anything else for dues or treasurer? Okay.
No, she said no.
Yeah. Then we'll move on to President's Report. Lion Helen Marte, you have the floor. This is your last hurrah, as it may be.
I think I'm so happy that we have survived our club, and we're embarking now in our 49th year. It's rather like a miracle because the women were not allowed as members in 1978. And what happened was the Olympics Club was having an international golf thing. And Louise Rene, who was our city attorney, and a lot of women in government wanted to join the Olympics Club, and they were refused. And so Louise Rene sued the Olympics Club for discrimination. And I think that suit reverberate internationally, and thereafter, the Lions Club dropped the what they call lioness as full members, and made the women be a regular member of the Lions Club. And this is because we have so many doctors, Dr. Martinez, Dr. Marcos, Dr. Mayera, and a lot of professional women in our club that made it as a regular member. And so that is our story. And I am glad that we have survived this sex discrimination. And of course, you know what happened today on the issue of sexual orientation for gays and transgenders, that the Supreme Court held that they are party on this issue of sex as being a protected category in the lives of the United States. So I'm just letting you know that we have a long way, especially the women in Lions have a what do you call triumphant because of what happened in the city at that particular time. So I'm just happy that we have women, and a lot of our past presidents of Lions have been very much involved in community work. So for our 49th anniversary, I'm hoping we don't do the shelter in place already, but I would like our club to learn how to sing God Bless America. So we could sing and have a musical kind of thing. So that's my report for the past, and hopefully in the future that we could have a lot more focus on community work. As you know, a lot of our members, or not members, but are in our community, are suffering from diseases because of poor health, or the health that they're not doing well. So maybe we should make an attempt to do a lot of what you call conferences regarding health and nutrition. So maybe we can hold a different setting regarding health, and besides our health fair, some speakers to come up talking about this new pandemic. Okay, so that's just my hope that we could do a lot more to educate our community regarding the issues about health. Okay, that's about it.
Thank you, President Helen. It's truly inspiring. I know that you're one of the earlier members of our club. You may be the, I don't know if Lion Venny outreaches you, but I know that you're definitely one of the first at this point remaining members of Fil-Am. We appreciate the historical context, and my goal as president is to try to bring us forward into the future while still remaining sort of aware and thinking back to the past and our storied history in San Francisco, especially as the Filipino community, because you know that there are so many Filipino Lions these days, so many Fil-Am clubs, but we are the original, and we should remember that and try to keep the Filipino community unified in Lions. And interesting idea regarding the health conference and sort of lecture. I know that later on we'll be having a very big discussion probably regarding health fairs, and you did mention that as the other health related project that we do, but maybe we can try to incorporate that into our health fairs. It doesn't have to be completely separate, but we might think about doing lectures or advocacy within that setting, since that's when we have the most people. I think if our club has touched the community in some way, I think that the health fairs is really the biggest. How many hundreds of people we see every year. Well, again, thank you for your services to the club. I know this is your fourth or second term. I hope it was as good as the previous, and that
May I speak?
yeah.
Through the chair, in behalf of the San Francisco Fil-Am Lions Club, I would like to thank our outgoing president, President Helen Marte. We know that when they started accepting female lions in 1987, he was one of them. So he's the pioneer in the female lions in LCI. And she is the only one left in San Francisco Fil-Am. She's the only one remaining because the others who I think uh, are, I don't know if PDG Esther Lee is also a pioneer member, but she's on the other club. But Lion Helen Marte is one of its kind. Is the only one in our club. I don't know in our district who are the original uh, female lions inducted in 1987. That is the year Lions Club International accepted females as Lions member. Again, thank you very much,
Thank you.
Lion Helen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, I want you to know that we could always use the library for our conferences, and I will be able to schedule. And also, if you remember that at some time ago, we were sending books to the Philippines, and maybe we need to resurrect that a book to the Philippines project. Okay, so thank you very much, June.
Anyone else wants to speak?
What are we speaking about?
Just whatever President Helen brought up during her report and her sort of speech.
How about the agenda?
We are in President's report, and she just reported, and I'm asking for discussion. Okay, then we will move on. Thank you, President Helen. Now it is committee reports. Membership Committee, South Handock, not present, but I think maybe Dr. June can sort of report on dropped members.
So in behalf of our membership chair, Lion Sal Tandok, I would like to report that we are dropping, I think, 3 members. They indicated that they will not going to renew their membership, and again we are expecting new members. And I would like also to report the plan of starting a branch club at San Francisco VA Medical Center, and so far there are around 8 to 12 members already in our club. So if ever they will form, so the Fil-Am Lions Club will decrease its membership to around 23 to 24, something like that. So there will be a lot of, but they are still part of our club. And another one is Leo Lion, past president of Gripons, Rhea Valera, finished her college studies at UC Davis, and she will be leaving the UC Davis campus club. So we are inviting her to rejoin us again in San Francisco Fil-Am Lions Club. So I hope that she will consider, and we expect that our club will grow next year again. So we hope that we will have, aside from the membership, we should provide more services to our community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. That was membership committee. Next, we have LCIF committee under Bud Furia. Anything to report? I don't think so, right?
Right now, I have nothing to report.
Okay. Next, service committee by Chair Luisa Valera. You're muted.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm okay now?
Yes.
So if there's anybody in our club who have done any service, they can either let me know what they are, or they can report it through the Lions Club International, and I'll finish the reporting. For the meantime, Leo Lion Tesalu have been doing some volunteer service for the district, and she's gonna.
Um, Hi. So I've been helping my brother, Lion August, with some different tasks for the district. I've spent around 5 to 6 hours this last week reviewing the videos from District 4C4 Club Officer Training, the MD4 Youth Protection Policy and Procedures Seminar, and the 4th Cabinet meeting. And I basically go over those videos and insert timestamps corresponding to the different slides and topics, which will then be visible in the description of each video. So that'll hopefully be helpful to Lions going back to the videos to rewatch them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leo Lion Teslu. I look forward to continuing to serve, and I have no doubt that you'll be doing this video next. Yeah, she has helped us. She's helped the district greatly with preparing our training materials for the club officer training. And let's see. Is that it for service? Anyone else doing volunteering?
August.
Yes.
August.
Yes, Line Helen?
I think you need to write a blurb regarding Tesalu's service so that it will be a part of your report, and Tesalu will be given credit for her service. So far, right now, it's kind of an inside story, and I think if you could just feature the work that Tesalu is doing, it will be much better.
That's a good point. That's one of the things
I mean, you could just
that we're
put
trying
it in your report, what Tesalu is doing.
Also, that's what service reporting is supposed to be. You're supposed to fill out this form and then submit it to Lions Clubs International, and they'll add the number of hours. Actually, maybe that's a good thing to look at right now. My line. So I'm going to show you real quick the myapps.lionsclubs.org. For anyone who's looking on a computer, this is how you report your service on my line. So I'm going to myapps.lionsclubs.org, signing in, and this will be really quick. I'm not going to show how to report service. I'm just going to look at a very interesting metric here. So when we report our service to Lions Clubs International, they actually tabulate everything for us, and they give us like sort of a breakdown of how much we've served. So for this year, not including the 5 hours that Tessa has worked, we've done 13 reported service activities, 164 volunteer hours, and 1,128 people served. And these are mostly, if all, so Lions Clubs International has these core service focuses that they have. Those are diabetes, environment, childhood cancer, hunger relief, and of course the original one, which is vision, as Knights of the Blind. And all of our activities fall under other because we do health fairs, and there's no clear, it doesn't fall under any of these buckets. But we put in 164 hours in health fairs and other activities. I mean, also, I guess technically hunger counts. Oh yeah, how much?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, 589 people served through hunger. our services in the food bank. And that was this year. And from last year, it has gone a little bit down. Actually, last year we served 1,800 instead of 1,100 people. But I'd count that to COVID really cutting in our prime food bank time, which is usually around like January through spring and summer. But yeah, we've been reporting a lot of service, and all of these get sent to international, and then possibility of being featured on Lion Magazine. So I'll make sure to put Tessa's service report in there, or I'll ask our service chair, Lion Luisa, to work on that before July 1, when the reporting season ends. Okay, that's it for service, and we look forward to doing more services. I know that it's a bit of a rough time right now to be out of your house, but we're looking into it. I know food bank was one of the main things that people are interested in doing, and of course health fairs will start. That's part of a later report, so we'll cover health fairs later, but that'll be in the winter and fall. Okay, so next is Marketing Communications Committee. Thank you for having me be your Marketing Communications Chair, and the fact that I'll continue to do that because I'm one of the only people in the club who knows how. Thank you for looking at our Facebook page. If you haven't liked and subscribed and went to our Facebook page and joined our group, we have that. Just search SF Fil-Am Lions on Facebook. We also have a YouTube page where we post all of the recordings of our recordings of our meetings, including this one. Aside from that, we've been posting on Instagram. We have a LinkedIn. We're just on all the social media. And if you have pictures, actually, this is the important one. If you have pictures of service or pictures of Lions related stuff you want me to send, feel free to email them to me at lionaugust@icloud.com. It'll also be on the minutes. And I'll try to post anything relating to our club on our Facebook page. If you'd like to help me with that, actually, if you're very good with Facebook and you want to be one of our Facebook posters, also feel free to contact me after the meeting with that email or my phone number, which I've sent out. We always need more people to help us with Facebook because I consider myself to be pretty proficient in it, but there's always so many things to post, so I need all the help I can get. So that's it for marketing communications, unless there are any questions. Nope. Okay. Was that Landis? Do you have something? No. Okay.
No.
Health Fair Committee. Line Dr. June. You're muted.
So, health fair, planning the future health fairs. We don't know yet because of this COVID pandemic. But we're gonna review, and I will again be the health fair chair next year, starting on July 1. But I think the incoming president will appoint a co-chairs of mine. I don't know if I have the privilege to tell, but I'm sure it will be okay because we will be starting to plan our health fairs, and I think the incoming president will appoint somebody to that will help me.
Throw it out. It's you can do
Okay,
that.
one is Lion Liz, because he will be the again. I would like I don't know if I'm free to tell, but she will also be the district chair for the health fair. So it is also good if she will also be the co-chair of our club. And another one, co-chair in our club is he volunteered himself, and so we presume that he wants to be active in our health fairs, and that is Dr. Sadul. So Dr. Sadul, if he will be a co-chair of our club, then we will be happy to see him in our health fairs. So that is a health fair. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's great. And we look forward to seeing our club being more active in planning and organizing these health fairs now that we have the talented Liz Yulo who does all of the paperwork and all of this. And I'm sure that I'm opening to appointing as many co-chairs as you need on that committee, since I know that committee does a lot of work. And all the hands you can get.
And Mr. Co-Chair, Chair, we will still continue our partnership with the multi-clubs on different health fairs. So again,
Yeah.
we continue to help one another to serve our community because we cannot, we cannot do everything. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
Okay. Anything else on health fairs? No. Then Sunshine.
Nothing.
Benny's not here. I believe no. How's everyone doing? Still in good health? No one has any sunshine, any sort of health-related news to report on themselves? That's good. We don't want to, if we can avoid it. So I'm glad to hear that everyone and their family is doing well, even with this pandemic still going. And actually, maybe some news on that, maybe not news, but we'll discuss new meeting times later. But dine-in restaurants, I believe, will be opening in San Francisco as early as July 17th or so. So not our next meeting, but future meetings are open to being held in person, and we'll discuss that later. So Sunshine Committee waived. Okay, old business, Golden Jubilee. I think we actually already covered that in the president's remarks and before the meeting. Mainly what was mentioned was we would like to contact the past president of the club to attend and to give some sort of bio data so that we can present them at our Golden Jubilee, which will be on sort of June-ish of 2021. And the second was in random, any of our past members who have died and honoring them. So I will skip over that unless anyone else has anything to discuss for the anniversary. No, okay. New meeting time. Oh, sorry. Was there something?
Patalo sa akin.
Yeah, ito.
Yeah, I heard something. Yeah, that.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, new meeting time. We discussed last week or last month that our meeting will stay at the second Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. There is not yet a discussion on where that will be, whether it will remain at Villa de Este restaurant in San Francisco or move. And it's not too pertinent right now because we won't be able to meet next month in any of those places because we'll have to meet here online. But so I think we should table this to a bit later, unless anyone has any suggestions or any new restaurants that they've seen that have nice eating areas for us to meet in. We did have some suggestions from last time. I think Canton Restaurant in San Francisco and possibly going back to, what is that called? Patio Filipino, and the one in Westboro. What's the name of this?
That's too small.
The Filipino one?
Just a place you cannot even have 6 feet per person.
Oh yeah, okay. If we're talking about social distancing, then that's a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we still have to, be guided by the 6 feet rule and wearing a mask, kind of thing. So, I think we should just postpone this discussion because we cannot really plan for the restaurant because the restaurant might not be open.
True.
And considering the 6 feet per person away, I don't think we could find a place. So we'll just hang on for now until July and see where we are from there. But I doubt very much whether we could find a restaurant.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless we build a tent in your backyard.
Yeah, or have it in Golden Gate Park or something. But we definitely have to change the meeting time if that's the case.
I know. Yeah. So we'll just hold this issue for now.
Yeah.
Until July.
And I will note that I think that this whole coronavirus and having to meet virtually and or over the phone, as some of you are, has sort of opened up to like I've seen a lot of people now starting to use the video conferencing that I wouldn't have expected been able to or would give it a try up until they were forced to. So with that, I'm hoping that I think you may know that it was a couple of years ago that I tried to push for us to have our meetings recorded and streamed live for anyone who wants to attend virtually. And that didn't go very well because most of the restaurants and houses that we met needed or did not have a stable internet connection. So it was very choppy as it sort of is right now. But I'm hoping that for future meetings, even when we, or I guess first off, when we start to meet, when the restaurants open up, like a couple months from now, but people are still a bit worried about the coronavirus. Maybe if there's no vaccine yet, and you're at risk, then I'm hoping to leave open the option that even though we meet in person, we include the virtual meeting. At the in-place meeting at the restaurant, we bring a laptop or a phone and have it, streaming so that people can call in and still participate even without being present in person. And I hope that also continues after the coronavirus and just as a convenience for anyone who doesn't want to, pay for a $25 meal or have to drive all the way out, especially if they're coming in from far like Vallejo or Fairfield, like I know some of you live. Then we can you can call in and we'll have our in-person meeting and you can speak over the phone. So that's one thing that I hope continues. So I think that is it for new meeting time or location, unless there's any other input. No. Okay. If that's the case, then we'll go into new business. We're almost done, actually. There's only one more thing, and then it's open forum. So, youth protection policy. Line Dr. June, or would you like to present on this?
So the youth protection policy, the MD4 start the youth protection policy starting on July 1. That means anybody, any club, or any lion or non-lion who are involved in the youth, like the youth exchange program, Leos, are mandated to be cleared. There are 3 requirements. One is there will be a certification, youth protection certification. This is online through the Boy Scout of America. Number 2, you have to be screened. If there is a private company, it's called Sterling Company that screened you. Check your back. This is a background check that you have to pay $32 per person. So if you are not cleared, then you cannot be involved or volunteer in a youth program. Another one is an application for district application, interview, etc. So those are the 3 requirements. So since our club is active, so we will be doing this if you want to participate. And this certification is every 2 years. So that is the requirement. $32 certification class and application. That is the youth protection policy of MD4. In fact, this has been going on in Europe, so everybody's doing this to protect the children from pedophiles and also to protect the lion volunteers from lawsuit. Thank you.
And we do have a youth protection officer, or no? I don't remember.
We have so far we started to implement the youth protection committee, and in July 1 we have voted 2 persons in the youth protection committee. One is I think June Guevara, and I don't know his member. There's another one, but I know that June Guevara is one of them.
It's you.
I think it's me and June Guevara. We are
Yeah, I
the
see it now.
youth protection committee in our
June.
club.
Youth protection.
So both of you will have to go through screening, and then I think also Paul as a youth exchange or youth. What do you
Yes,
call it? Leo.
and peop and lions who host family members, especially if they, yeah, lion Rufo. And you know, when you host a family, a student, all adults in the household will be cleared. It
So
has
wait,
to be
I
cleared.
have a question about that. Does that mean,
However, there.
so when you say all adults, does that mean all adults, each individual adult has to pay the $32?
Yes. So that is the big issue
Oh,
of $32.
Whoa,
However,
that's a lot of money.
I know. So however, some clubs they said that $32 is that's a lot of money. You are already volunteering your time and your effort, but you have to pay
yeah,
$32. So
Yeah,
what
I'm
the
putting
others
$6 here.
more.
so what the other club does is they have a club fund. They have a club fund to pay for the volunteers of their club.
Fundraising.
So if we
Oh,
can
that's
create
nice.
fund to help our volunteers, then if we have money for them, then I think that will be okay, provided if we have fun, because people will not volunteer anymore because they have to pay $32 per person. How much more if there are
Exactly.
four members, four
In
adults
the
in your
family.
family? Then you have to pay 32 times 4 just to host
Times
a
four.
student. So that's a lot of money. We have to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
We
Thank
need
you.
to fundraise.
We need to fundraise for that purpose.
However, there. Maclean.
Yeah, this is a unfortunate but sort of necessary change that MD4, which is Multiple District 4, California, has decided to roll out for all of California. So it's not just us. And I can see already that there will be issues with youth exchange.
Yeah,
I think any
already.
Leo advisors, and we'll look
The
into.
standard.
I think, especially if we're going to host a family this year or host a student this year. First off, anyone who's, I think we just need to have the club pitch in, or have the club pass around the hat, and we can try to get everyone screened who needs to be. But yeah, I don't really know the solution to this. We're just reporting what needs to be done. So that's it for youth protection policy. Okay, so now it is open forum. Anyone have anything at all that they would like to discuss?
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't. Did I miss Leo
Yeah,
advisor? I think that's somewhere
I
here.
was waiting.
That's my bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Plug it. So, I was just doing some snooping around at my LCI thing, looking at the Griffins Club, and we only have. Well, I know it's only from like official, quote unquote, official members, but we've only have 2 on record so far, or as of right now. We have no
Sorry,
president,
Paul.
no
You have to drop
secretary.
those.
We have to drop them.
If they're plus 18 starting this year, then yeah, we have to
Okay,
drop them.
so scratch that. We have no members as of right now
Yeah.
officially. And from what I remember, we have possibly the Kenducks maybe, and the Farias. I don't know if Farias are up.
You have my daughter is one of the members, I think, Lourdes Ferrer and Anna.
And Thomas.
What? And Thomas.
Is that already official? I don't remember.
No.
Send them the form.
We'll send in the forms.
Well,
Okay,
Paul,
you can.
Paul, send them the form.
I know. I
Now
need
we
to
have
get your contact, bud. Or
Lion Bud.
I can just text.
Now we have the president, Lion Bud.
Congratulations.
What happened there?
Who's the president? Lourdes?
Lulu or Thomas?
Who do you think, Lulu or Thomas?
Probably Lulu. Can't be Thomas.
Because we don't have anything for any of the positions.
Lulu.
What's that?
Yes, she will be.
What? What's going on?
We're recruiting. We're recruiting for our Leos Club because we have officially no members at the end of this. Starting at the end of this year, they've all aged out.
What's the age? What's the age?
12 until 18.
12 to
12 to
18.
18.
Okay, she's gonna be 18 in a few months.
12 to 18.
You can be 18. You just can't be 19.
Oh, no. All right.
Basically, if
Good,
you're
good.
18 on July 1, you can continue as a Leo until the end of that year, and then at the next July 1, if you're 18, then you have to be dropped. Or if you're 19, then you have to be dropped.
19.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
She'll still be 18.
Okay, so, besides that matter, I bring this up because I was contacted by one of my good friends, Leo Parth of the Leo Club of
the India one.
Yeah,
Who's
Alibag.
talking?
And they were reaching out to us, and they want to make to me, Lion Paul, Lion Helen.
Oh, Paul. Okay.
So I bring up this issue of the Leos Club because my friend Leo Parth, who is part of the Leos Club of Alibag in India, is reaching out to our club and wondering if they want if we are interested in being featured on their Leos Club Instagram about Leo or Lionism and being a Leo around the world. So they're actually making one big project about what being a Leo and Lionism is around the world and our ideas of it. And it's just to get like a quick video on our members speaking why they join or what they think about it and what their views on it are. And they said they can they're going to do everything like we just need to send a video. They'll do the editing, they'll do all that, cutting up the video. So I was reached out by them.
Okay. Well, step 1 is get some Leos, and then you can make a video on them.
Yeah, he's the current secretary this year. So
I thought he was secretary.
They don't
that was this year when
experience
you mentioned it.
in Leonism, though. But they don't have any experience in Leonism.
that's where I was gonna go. We don't
We'll
really
work on
have,
that.
Yeah, we'll work on that. But
Well, anyway, come on, my bud. They've already been to service projects. I saw them at the zoo.
yeah, they've been to
There we
the
go.
food bank.
At the
Yeah,
zoo,
that's
true. Food bank too. Okay.
That's basically what it is. Besides the certificate.
All right.
And the third thing I'm gonna say about it also is they're also planning this this initiative about and he's reaching out to other clubs, not just our club, but they're planning to plant 50 trees in the districts that he's reaching out to.
That's low.
But that is just an idea. So he said he told me to let him know if trees is a good idea because where he's from, they have a day in October where it's like they do something for the community. It's a service week in October for them. And I told him we don't have that such thing, but if trees are too big, then we can either suggest something else or we can just pass on it. But I still think that getting involved.
Paul.
Yes.
There is friends. There are friends who already are doing this are all over the city. They have the plants and they have the people planting it. Because you have to buy the plants. You have to know how to plant in order for this to be successful.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's intending to plant trees like in the middle of San Francisco, like on the street or anything.
No, but there is a group that's doing this already, Friends of the Earth or somebody like that. But
well then maybe we can partner with them. We don't have to. It doesn't have to be purely our efforts.
I wasn't thinking it has to be in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Because when we were doing that thing a long time ago up in Sacramento, we did that. We planted trees up there.
I remember that.
Where did you get the plants?
It was organized by Leo District, I think. I don't even know what other
This
organization.
is just their idea. It's nothing is finalized.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right, but a friend of mine works there.
Okay.
Friends of the Earth, and they have plants to and then they put plants all over the city. That's why in some areas the streets have this green plastic bag on the bottom. That's their project. Anyway, it's we could discuss.
I think that's with Friends of the Urban Forest.
Yeah, no, not urban. Was it urban forest?
Yeah, that's Friends for the Urban Forest. They do it over here in our area.
Well, anyway, that sounds like, regardless of Leo's, even that sounds like a good project that if we could get into, that sounds fun.
Leo Lion Paul, I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Service, we have to capitalize what we have. We have, so they want a service project. What we have is, I think, to me, still the books, sending children's books, getting children's books, sending to the Philippines is a very good project because we have Lion Helen here, and they need those books. There's a lot of people requesting our sister clubs in Candon. There's a lot of clubs that wanted these beautiful books. They love the word book that we sent. They use it in the schools. So I think if we can do that, that is a big push already, and we can send maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 balikbayan box. Balikbayan box costs $75. If we can send maybe 3 or 4.
No. I was just talking to the people who are sending the balikbayan. It's $49 a box.
Even better.
Even better.
Box. They're over at Pacific near Pacific Super, St. Francis Circle.
Perfect. Maybe there's a sale.
This only
And I was just asking how much is balikbayan box, and it's door to door, and it's $49. Okay,
but it's only for books, correct?
That would be the easiest thing that we could do, the books, because we have to go to where the new place. I don't have a key anymore, but the redistribution program of the library has moved into a huge warehouse. But then it's a matter of looking at the packing part, and if we are ready. But that's that's kind of easier to do because it's easy to schedule those things. Well, anyway, I think these are good projects, and we'll see what we could do, considering. But the $34 per member to be given in a family, I think that's a little exorbitant.
Sorry, no. This is in regards to youth. So if you're working with the youth, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we need to find sponsors who would be giving money for that kind of project.
Since we do not have funds, we can among ourselves, one or maybe one, I can probably volunteer for one balikbayan box.
Well,
can we bring back the Leos?
Yeah, let's keep it on topic. Aldo, that's a good idea. We can discuss this in the next meeting because I think that it's probably not possible to pack books at this time with COVID. So Paul.
So I wasn't going to agree with the trees thing. I wasn't going to say we're going to participate in it. It was just something I was informing. But
Sure.
The one I was gonna plan for was the Leonism one. But as Line Bud said, his kids don't really have experience in Leonism, but I think they do. Even if it's just something to say about the community work they do and the contributions they've done so far, I think that's great. I think that might do. I'll talk with them again, but
Paul, do you have a timeline for this?
He
Like
told
a
me
due
in
date?
July.
Okay.
What?
I mean a due date.
Well, he told me. I think he said starting in July. I mean it's daytime in India right now. I can message him anytime from. Yeah.
Well, then that's fine. If it's July, then that means we still have time to sort of discuss this. Maybe you could write some prompts for if that might make it easier for Lulu and Thomas to sort of
Yeah, I
respond
was
to.
thinking about like writing out like a little like question and answer thing that they can go on about instead of just going off the top of their heads.
Okay, then that's worth looking into. And if we can find any more Leos, that's the other thing, because I think Lulu and Thomas are. Well, Lulu is going to be graduating soon, so let's work. Anyone else have any grandchildren or other youth that they're
Nieces,
somehow
nephews?
that they'd like to help us, especially in our health fairs. Once our health
About
fairs
Amber.
He's not old enough yet.
What was that? Sorry, Dr. June, I hear something.
Caitlin, just 12. Caitlin is probably 14 now.
Yeah, they live all the way in San Jose.
Anyway, so well, look into it. Especially, I think myself, Leo Tessa, or Leo Lion Tessa, and Leo Lion Paul can all speak to the good things about the Leo program and how good it is in terms of like volunteer experience, leadership experience, sort of using it as one of your service activities for your high school and using it to get into college. And then just in general, the work that we do as Leos, or that we used to do as Leos in our club in Griffins, is very similar to the work that we're doing now in Lions. So have your kids and your nieces and your grandkids join you in pretty much what we're already doing: our health fairs, our cabinet meetings, the zoo, food bank, all of these. So yeah, open call. If you think of someone, feel free to send it Paul's way. They're in contact
Send
info.
it to me, please. You have my contact information, I believe. If you guys don't, it should be on the meeting things.
Yeah.
Or if not, you can just find me on the LCI.
Anything else regarding Paul? Do you have anything else?
No, that's it. I just gotta rearrange the LCI thing. Drop Harvey and Megan.
Yeah.
So Leo Lion Paul, may I?
Sure.
I have a suggestion. Since you have tons of videos and pictures as a Griffons from 10 years ago, if you can create a video out of about Griffons, about Leos and Lionism, because you are an example. The Griffons has an example of Leos before they become a Cubs, then Leos, and then now you check on our pictures and videos, your development as a Leos to become a Lions and what you do and your contribution, so that the purpose of this is to inspire them to become more active in their community. You can create a maybe 5 minutes video out of this, and you have tons. We have a lot of tons of materials, from the youth exchange to the health fairs to the food bank to etc. So there's a lot of things.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's nice, and then we can use that on our Golden Veterans celebration.
That's very good line, Rufo. Yeah, anyway, we will do that anyway for our 50th anniversary. We have to review
50th.
all our
That's right.
activities.
50th. Yeah. 50th. Yeah. We need to focus on that too. And then all our achievements, because we're doing the 50th celebration anniversary.
Okay. One thing on Leos before we close this, I did want to mention if we did have any active Leos, which now we know that we've dropped the last two that we have.
Well, yeah, I'm going to
Um,
drop the last two.
Yeah,
Afterwards.
the Leo District 4C4 is probably going to be holding their election soon. They have some interim officers that served from I think April until July, but then they need a new set of officers. And right now they're not in compliance with the Constitution because it says that each officer should be from a different club. And I think that there are some duplicates, like there are two officers that are part of the same club because
Was it that thing we went to up in Daly City?
yeah, it was that thing we went to in Daly City, and there weren't any volunteers from other clubs because they weren't able to reach them. So, if we did have Leos that were active, I would recommend applying for that position because that is a district position now. So that's all of the Lions clubs in San Francisco, San Mateo, and the city of Palo Alto, and that's a very very high up position. Like I think our own Leo Lion Tetsu was the treasurer there, and that was like that's the highest position in Leos that you can get in our district or in sort of the San Francisco Bay Area is becoming a district officer, and there are openings for it. So something to think about, but too bad we don't have that. So I think that's it for Leos. At this time, open forum. Anything else? Anything at all? Anything that, especially maybe I kind of want to hear from either Lion Liz or any of the Lion Chorus about anything you'd like to bring to our club, any sort of differences between San Francisco host and here, and how you think we can improve, or what ways you can see, or you want to, well, what do you want to bring to our club, if anything? Or if
For
you're,
now, we're just looking at being able to understand what are the things that the club has been doing so that we can continue helping with that. Other than that, we are trying to bring in more people so that we could get more volunteers to do more projects. So I guess it would be best that for now that we listen to what is going on first and try to see where we could come in later on the following week probably, or the following month probably, and give our suggestions. At this time, since this is the first time we're joining, I feel that we are here only to get something out of the club until we are ready to be able to suggest more things that can improve the club's probably volunteers or projects in the future. So for now, let's just do it this way. And next meeting, we will try to be prepared for whatever suggestion we could add.
oh, no, that's fine. I wanted to open the floor to you, and thank you, Line Liz, for your input. And I do apologize. Maybe there's not really much we could do about it, but just due to COVID, we haven't been as active as normally in our regular meeting, aside from not being over the phone and having this weird prickly sound that I can hear right now. Usually we have.
It's a good time to think of more projects that we can work on in the future.
Yeah.
It's actually a good time to just check on things that we can, on how we can improve and help each other, on our volunteers and getting more people to join us. Because if we do have more people to join us, then we can have more projects where volunteers will be needed so much.
Exactly. And I would, I just wanted to acknowledge that we're not as active as we normally would be. Normally we'd have two or three different committee reports. Lion Joyce Pedreva would be talking about the next eye clinic that we want to form in what is that?
Yeah, we will
La
be too, and
Union,
we will
yeah,
be
yeah,
checking
and then
on that.
of course my dad did bring up again our age-old project of sending books and medical supplies, of which we have many extra medical supplies in our garage that we want to send to the Philippines. Packing
Yeah,
books for the San Francisco Library. Line
books is
Luisa,
a good project.
yeah, Line Luisa will be bringing up whatever next external service project that we would like to join with, whether that be San Francisco Food Bank, packing boxes of vegetables to be distributed to the second
Mm.
harvest, or serving on Glide Memorial or one of these other kitchens where we serve the homeless,
Planting,
or
cleaning.
or cleaning the San Francisco Zoo
Yeah,
or
the
cleaning the beach.
cleaning in the zoo or cleaning in the ocean.
Yeah, these are
Sure.
very regular projects of ours, and they've all been put
Yeah.
on pause right now just due to the circumstances. But we look forward to getting
Mm-hmm.
back to serving. Especially we look back to getting to the health fairs, because I know that health fairs will be increasingly more important and sort of more risky and more. I'm imagining all the planning that
At
will
this
go
time, it's
place.
kind of risky.
Yeah, like we'll need to, but still people need their flu shots. So having some,
Yeah,
I don't know,
but we're
drive
still
through like
planning on it.
option, or some social distancing, a lot of social distancing, a lot of masks, a lot of protective equipment will, you know.
We will. Yeah, we will continue working on that, as I have already prepared some of the project study that we're going to put in, and looking for more sites to be able to open in the
Yeah.
future.
And yeah, that's one of our club's most active projects. Well, for a very
Yeah, and
short time.
also being able to fundraise or ask for more grants to get more supply, either get more supply or do more fundraising,
Oh, see,
so
that's
that we could get those kids that can those kids that are the first project that you mentioned earlier, the $32 that we need to raise for each person.
yeah, the screening. Yeah, that's be
The
our
screening.
first
Okay,
expense. Yeah, our youth protection policy screening.
there
Well,
you
yeah,
go.
and that is one strength that I hope that you help us bring back to the club. We're very good at serving. We're very good at spending money and donating all this
Yeah.
equipment. We're very bad at raising money. All of our
Yeah.
main source of fundraising tends to be within the club and maybe through some raffles that we put from time to time. But we could definitely use more help with putting on either like fundraising dinners like the surf and turf or crab feed, and then also writing grants. That's one area of sort of weakness that we need to work on, and I think
That
your
would be a good
experience with that.
idea.
Yeah. So thank you. But
Okay,
again,
so next meeting.
yeah, please feel free. Like, don't. I know that you're new here, but you're not new to Lionism, and we're always
We're not.
open to change and open to the suggestions. We
We've
want to make
always
this
been part of your club anyway.
yeah. Anything else? Open forum, free for all. We're very usually the people who like to just talk, if given the opportunity, aren't around this time. So, Lion Helen, anything else?
Well, I think we covered so many topics already. Well, why don't we just stick to what we just suggested for now and see what it is. But for Paul,
Yes.
on the training, did you have received training in your video making from San
What do you-
Francisco State? Did you take a course?
No.
Oh,
Well, LJ
okay.
does.
Well, I have family and relatives, and my brother who's really excellent at it.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is that if you would work on the theme that you were doing already, and see how well you could manage to do the film, and I think that would be a plus for you. And you might want to take a course at San Francisco State on film.
Well, I think for what they're asking for him, it's
I don't think
documentary.
it's necessary to take
No,
a
because
course
then-
on it, though.
Because then you have a supporting group that are excellent in this medium already.
I do know. My brother has an excellent performance in it.
Oh, your brother,
He's
younger
a
or
cinema
older?
major.
Huh?
He's a cinema major.
Is it? It is one of your majors?
Well, no, my brother.
LJ.
Oh,
You know
your
LJ?
brother.
Yeah, Leonard.
Oh. Okay, well, that's good. If you could work with him and he could help you, then you're building a new what do you call a new skill. That's what I'm saying. So, but then if you, for instance, take a course at San Francisco State, then you have the studio and the places to work in. That's the only good thing about enrolling in that kind of a course. Oh, okay.
Okay. That's
Okay.
it. Then thank you everyone for joining and
Good
bearing with
night.
us.
Thank you.
Meeting adjourned at 9:00 p.m.
Thank you.
Next one in two months or 2 weeks or so, and you'll get an email.
All right.
Okay. Thanks.
Lex.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yes.
Bye. Okay.
Okay, good
Take
night.
care.
Good night. See you next month.